Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to Market Psychology 101, where we practice conditioning our minds to find value where there's fear and to be cautious where there's greed. If you find anything I say today to be helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. We are taking a look at Cardano here. Again, I'm going to keep my focus on coins that are available on Coinbase and Robinhood. Cardano, I know it's been a very popular coin the last two bull runs. This was one. I remember it being talked about a lot in 2017, and there's a lot of charts out there for Cardano that only go back so far. And this is one of the few I found that goes back a little bit before. As you can see in 2017, I remember when this thing was worth even less than 11, 12 cents and went up. It did more than a 9x back there. But from that time, gosh, I remember before the last bull run, before the March 2020 COVID lows, when it was worth about 3 cents, and look how high it got. It got to 280, you know, so that's a lot. That's a lot to go from 0.03 to the 280. What would that be? That's like a 90x. So if you bought the very low and sold at the very top, that'd be about a 90x. What's the market cap on this bad boy? It's about 14 billion. 14 billion right now. Okay. If we took the top, which was about $3, divided by 0.39, that would mean the market cap would go up almost 8 times higher. My calculator says 7.7. So if we take 7.7 times 13.84, the market cap would be around just a little bit over 100 billion. Okay. And that's just if we got to that point, if we got back to that point right there. And again, there's no guarantees. Maybe we do go to that point. Maybe we go even higher. Who knows? If we look on the monthly, because I do have the 1020 MA crossover with Ikenashi, you can see recently we did get a buy signal on the monthly. When we were at around 44 cents, we got a sell signal. When we were down here around 0.25, lower than 3, we got a buy signal. Okay, if we go to the 1 year, in the RSI, we were recently overbought, and in the last year, that's only happened 4 times. As recently as July 23, April, and January. So 4 months, 3 months, 4 months. Okay, so we're at the higher end of this range. Maybe we come back down here. If we came back down here, if we did come back down here, I think I might strongly consider adding into my Cardano position. Let's take a look at some other indicators. I'm curious, just by looking at this thing overall, I'm wondering if on the pi cycle high low, yep, we did get a pi cycle high. We did get a pi cycle low, and that was at around 0.4, which is, oddly enough, the current level we're at right now would match the pi cycle low. Not to say that I can't go lower, but that is interesting. For the pi cycle high of, it was showing 1.37. We still went higher than that. So if you sold at the pi cycle high, you would miss another 2x gain. So just something to take with a grain of salt. It's important to watch what Bitcoin is doing and Bitcoin dominance. So the pi cycle high did go higher, the pi cycle low, the value did go lower. So these indicators, they're not always 100%. I wanted to go back to this one. So on the weekly, what do we see? On the weekly, a lot of buy sells And then most recently we had a buy down here when it was at 0.25, and we've almost 2x'd. Maybe we will 2x. Right here you can see we're getting near the top of the RSI on that metric. Okay, this is in the 5-year. We haven't been overbought since August of 21 at the last high, and before that, really not at all. So even if we go to this level at 65, were there any other times before that? Not really. I mean, maybe that one was kind of close. So are we getting... This is kind of ironic. I've heard some people talking about how there are certain metrics in the stock market, I want to say the VIX being one of them, that we haven't had the levels we're seeing now since January of 2020. I believe it's the VIX. Let me verify that the VIX right now, you go all the way back here. Yeah, since January of 2020. We all know what happened a couple months later. That's when the VIX spiked. That's when COVID and everything started crashing the markets. So, yeah, that's I knew that was popping something up in my head. All right. So anyways, again, just looking at the RSI, it's at similar levels. And guys, that was a black swan event. That does not mean we have to get this again and the VIX to be at the levels is at now. It doesn't mean that something bad is coming around the corner. But, that is interesting. And so, let's say in 2-3 months, all of a sudden the stocks and crypto starts falling off a cliff. I guess we can go back and be like, hey, there was a couple warning signs in the RSI and the VIX. What else did I want to look at? I wanted to take a look at the volume. Oh, I have to take this one off. Once I have more than one subscriber, or more than maybe 10,000 subscribers, if I ever get there, then we'll visit paying for this. So just kind of ranging in here. Again, this is showing that maybe if we get to 0.3, that's not the worst place to be. Let's take a look. So when we click the yearly, more lines pop up, and yeah, it's showing if maybe we go as low as like 0.28, and if we went down here, 0.25. So if you believe in Cardano, those would be areas to look for. We just had a recent top on the RSI here when it double bottomed on the RSI. That would have been a good time to buy. Back here, double bottom too. And when it double taps the oversold area, those are areas I like to consider buying. And right there would have been good. Right here would have been fine. I would have waited for the other double bottom. Right here would have been good. So me personally, those are levels I'm looking for if I'm to get into Cardano. But yeah, right now I think we're just being a little patient, waiting to see what happens when all the money in Q4 stops. What's Q1 going to be like? What's the VIX going to do from these bottoms? Who knows? But anyways, that's all I got for today. As always, none of this financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I am not even a trader. Everything I say is just my opinion, and we try to use the psychology of the markets to our advantage. And so we are being cautious when things are overbought and greedy. And we are trying to find value when things are boring or fearful. So, this channel, we take a look at macroeconomic conditions. If you are new to crypto or stocks, I think my channel might be good for you. We're not looking at trading or options, anything like that. We're looking at macroeconomic conditions. And if we can find good times to find more value in stocks or crypto for the long haul. Everything I look at buying or talk about buying, I'm considering holding for at least a year to lower the amount of capital gains taxes, and to see, is this something that could last a while. If anything I'm buying is going to be too volatile within a year, to me that's more like gambling. I'm not going to consider that. Anyways, hope you found this video to be helpful, and if so, please like and subscribe. Have a good weekend.